Hello and welcome everybody to this week's community stream. I'm Ikibu, the World of Warplanes EU community manager, and this week we will be playing Bomber Escort mode as part of the Fire Shores event. This is the last weekend of the event. This is your last chance to be able to get the various premium aircraft that can drop from there. It will be my last weekend to have a chance of dropping the Key 94i. Other than that, I'm just going to try and jump straight into the hangar and get into some gameplay. Don't forget, everybody, you can type in chat and request various aircraft for me to showcase. If you want me to do guides on aircraft or any advice, any tips, tricks, feel free to ask them ahead, join in chat. Otherwise, I will say hello to Angel and Sasha. Nice to see you both here in Twitch chat for now. Horkan is here. Facebook chat is pretty quiet right now, so we're going to come through. And yes, XR, I am reading chat, of course, as always. And, okay, so we've got all that. We've caught up with chat. I'm going to jump straight in with the Pancake. It's a fairly easy aircraft to play, and it should be fairly decent in this game mode at destroying these bombers. Unless, that's if I'm on defense. If I'm on attack, this should be a little bit easier. How is everybody doing this week so far? Quiet there so far. Right there so far. That one should come through shortly on there, hopefully. Then that one. I'm just going to check that the announcement goes out through on Discord properly soon. Hello, Graham. How are you doing? Just going to refresh Facebook chat just to double check that it's going to keep working. Any chance on the F86 and how it compares to the FJ1? Okay, so it depends on which F86 are you talking about. Do you want to talk about the tier 9 or the tier 10 in particular? Are you wanting to look at what comes at the end of the line, or do you mean those aircraft in particular? Stir fry sounds glorious. Okay, I'm slightly worried that my game has gone black and it hasn't joined into a game just yet. So hopefully this is going to launch soon, but I have a sneaky suspicion I may need to restart my game. Okay, it's not doing anything, so I will cut to there and restart my game again. This is the downside to all the testing that we do beforehand, and it's very easy for something to quickly go wrong. So we'll go there and there. Hi, Dimmy, how are you doing? Yeah, the Discord post should have mostly just covered, just got people's attention. I'm hoping that the bot will work as normal and actually send people the link soon. Currently, Planes is not wanting to load for me, so just bear with me a second. As far as I know, the sound is okay. We had a sound test on just before we went live, and as far as I know, everything was okay there. Is anybody else hearing the game louder than me, or? Okay, I think I might know why it broke. I do know why why the game broke. It's okay. I did break my game. The reason being is because, of course, we have multiple people sharing the same machine when we stream, and when you log into the Wargaming Center and then into the game with different accounts, World of Warplanes doesn't like it very much usually. So I should be okay now. I'm on defense, and I've currently been flying in a straight line, unfortunately, so we're probably going to lose this game. Okay, we're back. We're live. We're good. Hopefully the scene will switch soon. Please. There we go. Thank you. Right, we're back there, and I'm getting blown up. No illegal mods. TwitchCon. As far as I know, we're not going to have any presence there. Presence in those types of events tends to be pretty expensive. And of course, we're still not ready yet in terms of full presence and making a big deal and investment in things. And for some reason, my Facebook has also just died. Oh no, it's back in the background. We're all good. No squirrel paint on this one because I wanted the AA and rear gunner protection that you get from this particular type of camo. Okay, so there's that one. It's always a secret, especially saying about hello Daniel and hello Pavel that are on Discord. How are you both doing? Discord, sorry, on Facebook. I hope you're both doing well today. Bonjour Crash Ice, how are you doing? I am noticing so far. So there's 2 bombs getting through. We might be okay. If you've noticed, with the changes, the balance changes to this game mode, life is a little easier. It's not so prevalent and so fast-paced. And, of course, people seem to be focusing on the bombers a little bit more than they were last time we had this game mode. Okay. There's the bomber gone. Try and protect some AA guns. And then... He's not dead? I hit him with 2 tiny Tims and he's not dead? This guy must have some serious protection from ordnance or is very nearly close to dead. And next one. Okay. Now we'll go for the bombers. I can't give you any details on the latest patch other than it was to introduce some changes that will be used later. But for right now, the latest patch that was rolled out today doesn't change anything for you. So basically, don't worry about it too much. There's nothing really to note in terms of change-wise, because nothing really changed for you. Trying to help my teammate, but he's not making it easy. There we go. This crash has really put us behind, and I'm getting shot from behind, which is unfortunate. No, I can't be sure how far away I hit him with the Tiny Tims, so we'll see. But it could be that person has quite strong defensive skills on his IL-20. That will make the world of difference when you're being hit with ordnance. It's going to be close. It's not. If we pull off the win on this one, I'd be pretty impressed, considering how late to the battle I was. Come on! More bombers! I don't think I'm going to get to kill all these quick enough. Did we get that one in time? I think we actually got that one in time. That was extremely close. I'm not sure we'll be able to get this next wave, though. Hi, D-Man. I apologise for not paying too much attention into chat right now. I'm having to play catch-up a lot with the game. I do like the person that is camouflaging himself in the bombers up there. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Yeah, not enough. I can only do so much, and the guy with the RB-17 that's camouflaging himself is doing a good job of using his rear gunner to take out my my pilot. Definitely hammering my my ability to aim, so dropping my DPS quite heavily. First defeat, but we did a good job to catch up very quickly there. Apologise for moving my mouth so much. I have to move everything around to be able to read the chat on the left hand side. Rockets too much. Denial. Oh yeah, that was a definite defeat there. And have I got any requests so far on the next game? Has anybody got anything they want to see? I know there was a chat about the FJ1 and the F86, but I'm not sure if that's still relevant. I didn't see an answer whether you wanted to talk about how it led to the Sabre and the next game, or whether you wanted to just discuss the tier 9s and the comparison between them. We did some nice work there, actually. We didn't do too bad at all. F86. So we'll play the F86 next. Just going to double check I've not got anything different on there. We definitely want to go with the new camouflage system. The reduction to a rear gunner fire is really, really helpful when it comes to those bomber groups. I am going to struggle a little bit because of MG planes, of course. They have nice DPS, but they lack the burst damage to be able to take out the bombers effectively and quickly. Once I've played this one... Oh, sorry, Trophy, I missed it. I will play the Vampire after this one. I love the Vampire. I think the Vampire is a fantastic plane. I think it's great, but it's very fragile. It reminds me a lot in playstyle to the Zeros, in that you don't want to be the first one in, but if you can focus on helping other people and focus on clearing tails, etc., you will have an excellent, outstanding game. The guns can take a little getting used to with aiming, because the aiming point of the guns is that it needs to actually be a little bit higher than where the aiming point looks like it is. Once you master that, you will actually have some pretty strong games with the aircraft. Pardon-moi, Crashois. Mon français c'est petit. Ne parle français, parle anglais. And Javelin after the Vampire. Oh, there's a long list. I'm going to start writing down these plane lists because I'm not going to be able to remember these pretty clearly. Vampire. Then we have Javelin. LA9. Tornado. Okay, so the Sabre kind of... It gets faster and it becomes... It's very much just a bigger brother of the FJ1. It's just that you get a lot faster. You're able to fight a little... what I feel is more effectively at the tier than what the FJ1 can. But even then, I think at the tier, there are better aircraft. That's my personal preference. I think MG planes are okay, but they're not as effective as things such as the Yak-30, the LA-15, even the fun that you can have with the I-215 with the big black cannons. I think the 1101 in particular, the German Tier 9 light fighter, is probably the strongest at how well it does things. So I've got the list. Oh, thank you, Dimmy. I've seen that one. Yes, I finally got the vampire. I still need to worry about getting the key 94i. That's still the one I don't have from these events. Just going to have a quick look on Facebook again. Nope, still no chats in Facebook just now.
What you can do, pilots. Let's roll.
It's not just blind. I don't know how much you can see it, but you see this arm here? This arm is attached to a desk that is conveniently located behind the screen. So I have a giant mic boom arm blocking the screen for all of its glory. Hello, Black Mumba, if you're watching. I'm not sure if you are. Okay, so I am flying into the enemy team. This always ends well, right? I'm not going to worry too much about jumping on the bombers straight away. I know my aircraft is going to be limited against bombers, so I'm going to focus on trying to keep things off of my teammates' tails and also not getting blown out the sky myself. There's something behind me with fairly large cannons. Should be this one that I'm turning on now. Yep, that'll do it. J7s are not things that you want to be just ignoring. They will bully you for such acts. Oh, am I going to get the fire repaired in time? Just. We really don't want to be taking a single hit from any of those rear gunners. So this will be quite interesting. Gonna have to clench. Yeah, we got more than one hit point. Huzzah! This is what the Sabre is really good at, is kind of bullying heavy fighters a little bit. Because of your consistent damage that you can do, you are able to kind of just keep on firing, keep on focusing. It really does pretty good. Yes, the Chain Lightning, the XP58, I actually quite like. I feel with the buff that it went through, I can't remember how many patches ago now, but it had a buff to its guns and its damage and its accuracy, the range of the guns in particular. I think they made the plane a lot more viable than it used to. I despised the plane quite a while ago. I think it's actually pretty decent now. Need to boost to these next bombers. Too many ground attackers that I can't do much against. Hello, Mehmet. How are you doing? Yeah, one hit point is probably about as much as I can push the lowest amount of hit points that I need, unfortunately. Pulling a grimace as I try and dodge those javelin rounds, because the Aidens don't do nice things to a plane my size. Going for glorious ram on the bot, purely because if I can take him out, it means that he's not going to intercept my teammates, who are, instead of shooting the bombers, chasing people into their spawn. Kind of wasting the purpose of what I just tried to do there, but, you know, I tried. Hola, Jesus? 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 Come on. Okay, they should take out those bombers. We've got 10 slots to go. 5 are going to go through. Plenty of speed on this thing. Unfortunately, unlike the Swift, the boost on this is not quite long enough for you to maintain that terminal velocity on your top speed. But it's usually just enough to help you pick up the speed and then use the momentum you've got to keep on going. Okay, so no bombers got through. That's pretty good. And practically, it looks like the changes that were made to the bomber mode in terms of capture points on the strongholds, etc., they seem to have done the trick. Defending doesn't seem anywhere near as painful as it once was. Either that or people have become more accustomed to what you need to do in defense, which is pretty nice as well. This might take a while. Unless I've got a high fire chance, that's going to take a while to kill it. Fortunately, something with very large cannons was also hitting it. Taking out the J7 first before any of the ground attackers, because if this gets behind me, I'm going to suffer heavily. There's that one. Yeah, I think the Sabre does become... It's a more grown-up FJ1. It is more capable for the tier, for the FJ1. Granted, you still... It takes a little practice getting used to using an MG plane at this sort of tier, making sure you judge your speed and distances and time to turn, etc. But once you get it there, you'll be fine. For those just joining in... Facebook, there is a chance for you to request aircraft, and then I will showcase. If you want any guides, hints, tips or tricks on there, just feel free to ask. I'll do my best. As you can see, the large caliber guns that I was talking about previously was Black Mamba with his 257mm. Those will definitely do some serious damage to something like a ground attacker. Nothing shoot me there. Nothing shoot me there. Okay, we'll just have a quick tickle and it's like softening of these bombers. Try and prompt maybe one of the enemy team into chasing me a little bit, maybe. We'll see if that angered anybody. Yeah, okay. So there's one on a teammate. Again, like I said, for those who maybe just missed it, I'm not very good in this aircraft at taking out bombers, so my main job should actually be protecting people who are good at taking out bombers. I have consistent fire that can harass, bully, and really aggravate an enemy, as well as enough speed and maneuverability to take out pretty much anything I get behind, but I'm not going to have the time or the burst damage to be able to take out bombers effectively, so I need to not worry too much about bombers. Worry all about making sure my teammates have enough free time to take out the bombers for me. Hopefully I'll not get baited into a ram attack again, but he tried. Okay, and now we just need to play the usual trick. Wait until it dives down and gives us that type of view. The top-down view that I usually tend to wait for with higher tiers, but as I said, with MG planes, you do have the liberty to just hold down the fire button, keep on rolling. Okay, so something is trying to bully us a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm having a dogfighting ground attacker is not one of my pet peeves. I'm not a huge fan of it. So we're just going to disengage for that. He's got a rear gunner that can do more damage than I can do frontally with the more hit points. So we'll just ignore him to keep turning. Let the AA guns do their job and hopefully protect the teammate doing this. Should be a J7, I think, on this one. Yep, there we go. You can feel... Once you get used to the aircraft and the guns and the type of firepower they have, you can kind of get a feel of the sounds, fire rate, of the weapons that are hitting you and what it will be that's... trying to blow you out of the sky. So the stream posting should be on the World of Warplanes Facebook page, and then it will be a live video right in the middle of it. It should actually be quite a large window of a live stream video. There is always somebody to chase you. The moment you think nobody's going to chase you is the moment somebody appears out of the sky and blows you up without you even noticing. Always assume there's somebody coming out of the sky to blow you out of it. Okay, we need to be careful on this turn now, so as we don't get baited into his rear gunner arc fire. Yeah, Japanese 30s that you find on the J7 aircraft are pretty brutal. They're very unforgiving. I'm very surprised that the enemy team has moved through so many of their respawns. I'm not sure whether that has been the ground attack has been picked off so efficiently by my team, or the actual aerial targets having a hard time with being hunted down, etc. But it's very surprising to see them run through so many of their respawns so quickly. Oop, oop, oop. There's that J7 again. I'm taking a huge risk by sticking with that fight and letting somebody else possibly shoot at me just because I can't afford to let him get behind me again. Okay, there's that ground attacker again. There's a heavy somewhere. I was hoping to try and tag it before it crashed. As far as I know, there will be no changes. There are no changes due that I'm aware of. There were changes made a little while ago that were pretty unpopular. But believe it or not, there is actually quite there is a large difference between what guns hit you and the sounds they make. In particular, the sort of depth and the feel of the sound, as well as the frequency of the sound. But it does take a little while to kind of get used to those noises. I'll refresh Facebook chat again in a second just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I do apologize if I have, but unfortunately with Facebook chat, when you're streaming to there, occasionally the stream chat just stops, freezes, and doesn't continue. Hitting the air brakes, try and stick behind to maximize these the firepower on these guns, and hopefully not crash into a bomber as I pull up. That'll do nicely. You are welcome to quit games if you feel that you really need to, but be more than slightly prepared to be reported for it. Leaving games early is not something that you should ever do. Just because you see somebody else doing it definitely doesn't mean that you should also do it. Okay. So there's the victory. That's always good. Refreshing Facebook chat now. Just gonna quick the tag. Okay, so that should be good. Not a bad victory. Somebody else definitely... That felt very much like somebody was carrying me in that game, though. Okay, Graham, thank you for dropping by. I hope you have a wonderful day at work. There is a plan for future work to be done with clans, but it's a system that needs a lot of work, and it's in the future. There's no promise, there's no definite time of when it will come because of how much work there is to do. The clan system right now in World of Warplanes was copied over from World of Tanks. And of course it's not suitable for World of Warplanes, so it kind of needs a ground-up approach. With World of Warplanes, it has a smaller development team, so it takes a little longer for these things to be developed. When there are more important things like new content, bug fixes, and things like that to be done by the development team. Okay, actually, I did some decent work. So I didn't get as much efficiency on there, but I made sure that probably these two people, and him as well, I had a decent time to be able to focus on those bombers. So there was my Saber round, and then there was a quest for the Vampire. The problem, The problem with making the sounds even louder is that every time you make something louder, somebody will complain and ask for them to be more quiet. Let's go into this one. Thank you, Reinhard. Very much appreciated. Right now, to get assistance from bots, it's something that I've put forward in feedback, and it is being worked on to get bot commands back into the game. So as focus on my target, help clear my tail, those commands hopefully in the future will start working and affect bot behavior again. Right now, the best thing you can do to get assistance from bots is to actually make sure the bot is in range, and that the bot has nothing behind it, and then make sure the bot has nothing in front of it. If those three conditions are met, then you are guaranteed to have the bot help you. Unless, of course, it's a ground attacker or a bomber, in which case they're probably just going to fly off and leave you to explode because they should be doing something else other than shooting other aircraft.
Be ready.
If you can get it so as at least 1 or 2 bots just dragging the enemy behind you into a cloud of your own bots, that will pretty much guarantee you the help. Hello, Fly. Hello, King Kong. How are you doing? Those commands, some people say they have an effect, but as far as I know, they have no they have no actual effect on bot behavior right now. Mihao, I'm going to avoid platooning right now just because of how much it slows down going into games, and how it can sometimes cause issues with the game if one of you's crashing, etc. But if you can find me online outside of streaming time, absolutely. I already said hello, King Kong. I'm not sure if you need much more of a shout out on there. Alright, let's quickly jump to the enemy. This is the Vampire, the new premium in World of Warplanes, the new tier 8. I love this aircraft. It's not the prettiest looking, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely a lot of fun. Because the plane was built and designed like this, not for looks, but for functionality. Okay. Just trying to help clear these teammates because I'm not going to be able to take out these bombers on my own. Even with the 420s, I'm going to need as much help as I can at this sort of tier against all those bombers. As I mentioned previously, this thing has great firepower, but it's not very tanky at all. With the size of it, and it's very easy for this thing to quickly succumb to fire. Boosting away. Yes, this thing was is known in real life for destroying the runways that it takes off from, the sheer firepower. You will find videos online where this thing, when it starts taking off, literally rips the surface of the runway from the ground and just spits it out. This thing was designed purely for speed, and those double pylon rear, I can't remember the phrase that's used for it, sorry, designed so as that you could keep the engine short as possible for the maximum amount of thrust, while also keeping maneuverability of a fighter that was needed. Okay, my teammates should be able to take out that last bomber. We're going to have a quick check to make sure nothing's around to try and bully my teammates. Somebody else finished him off, unfortunately. I'm very much outside of my optimal altitude performance, so I am suffering a little bit right now with my engine performance. Ideally, I kind of want to be losing some altitude soon if I'm going to keep trying turn fighting with a lot of enemies, because all that's going to happen is I lose more and more energy, and eventually I will just succumb to energy loss. Granted, I'm in the worst possible spot ever right now. I'm being a bit of a scumbag. I ended up outside the enemy spawn. I want to get away from it, but you know for a fact, as soon as you turn your back on them, you will be bullied by them. Nice fire. To put into perspective how easy this aircraft is to use and to aim with, this is with just a single 1-point pilot right now. So I've been able to rack up pretty consistent chain kills without having to do too much work in aiming and concentrating. Only one bomber to get through. We should be okay on there. Sorry, Sovereign. Those bombers will do a lot of damage to fighters, but with the camouflage system that you have with reduction to rear gunner fire and AA fire, making sure that you're constantly moving in and out of that rear gunner arc of fire, you shouldn't take too much damage there. Yeah, this is a 1-point pilot, purely because I have so many aircraft that I just tend to train up a new pilot each and every time. It's something that I got into the habit of a long time ago, always needing specific pilots for specific aircraft when it comes to tournaments, etc. And then once I got into that habit, I kind of stuck with it. Twin boom design. Thank you, XR. I couldn't remember the specific term for it, and that's these two pylons, these two connection tails on the back. This the elevator on the back is what gives the aircraft its chance to move up and down. Making sure Facebook chat's okay. Yep. Oh, hello Kai. How are you doing today? Quickly boosting to this next bomber fight. I can see a couple of fighters mixing it up over there. Something fairly close in that heavy fighter just there. Oh. Not as close as the heavy fighter that just shot at me, though. I'm very surprised I missed... Ah, it was the I-220. Okay. Just got to wait for my pilot to come back. Otherwise, I'm pretty much spraying and praying with my my aircraft without the pilot. Okay, pilot's back. Hitting the air brakes, turning, and then hopefully being able to pick up the enemy. Oh, nope, we don't want to be going head on with a heavy. And I don't want to be staying behind this too much, because that rear gunner will do a lot of damage to an aircraft as fragile as me, as you're seeing right now. So he's turned around to try and use his rear gunner to shoot me, and that's bought my team a little bit of extra time to keep those AA guns alive. Let's have a look at that next one. We don't want to be going in front of it, but it's turning away, so we're okay. Let's give it a quick chase. Keep an eye out on that enemy to our left. Make sure that when my teammate maybe is taken out, that the enemy then doesn't just fall in behind us. Okay, we're okay. We're good. We're okay for now. No impending danger. Two bombers left, do we think? Yeah, my teammates should have that. Quickly turn around and head north. It's always rigged, Buck. Fix your rigging. I'm doing well, thank you, Kai. I apologise for the long breaks. In bomber escort mode, you tend to have a lot of large lumps of downtime in these instances, and then it's go, 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 and constant concentrating on the game. The flaps are not automatic on the Vampire. In fact, they're not on any plane unless you set them that way in the control schemes. And I'm going to get blown up. I actually have manual flaps set up. I use the joystick to play. And that's why you see them quite frequently every time I move. Oh, nope, there it is. Finally caught up to me. P80 after the tornado. Make sure you tie good knots, Buck. There is an element of self-repair. If you take large amounts of damage without sort of dying, you do generally have an area where you can recover hit points. I'm not sure how to even say, pronounce, or read that name. I apologize, but hello. I'm not. I've never seen or know how to read the alphabet. Sorry. Okay, let's have a look on there. Okay, 5 bombers got through in that last wave. That was pretty brutal. That can be pretty damaging for us now. I'm not sure how many... Oh, the enemy's got quite a couple of respawns left as well. Oh, dear. Okay, we'll... IL-20's back. Let's see if we can't get him to turn away and try and use his rear gunner. I was hoping for a fire. Can't believe I didn't get a fire. And lots of rear gunner fire coming up, unfortunately. Let's not ram into the pylon that I've been ignoring. That'd be a bad start to go. And then back to this IL-20. That'll do nicely. Yeah, the reason that you never see a changing point of view is because I use the joystick. The joystick keeps its aiming point in the center of the screen, and then the rest of it will move around. Oh, wow. Come on. And I still didn't secure it. No. I'm not using any premium ammunition. I'm purely using the universal ammunition, the what you can buy with silver. That's the in-game currency that you get in the game. I really don't want to be staying in this level flight behind these bombers right now. This is unhealthy for this aircraft. Did I get it? I'm not sure if I got it. Yes! Okay, so last attack. Enemies 11 respawns. We can afford to let 4 through and no more. Should be plenty of AA guns still alive to take out those bombers. So there's the 4. We should be golden now. We should be absolutely fine. But you never trust. You want to assert. I actually don't tend to have many problems earning credits at all in World of Warplanes. Especially when you're using premium aircraft. The Vampire being one of them. You're about to see how good it is for actually earning credits. So the next aircraft that was requested was the Javelin, one of my favorites, but usually a community not enjoyed too much by the community. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, that's my credits kind of disappeared recently. I spent a lot of time making sure all of my aircraft were equipped and had equipment put on there properly. Okay, hello Pilot 2006. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, dominant victory. So that was a good showing by ourselves. Sorry, I was going to show you. So the credits I earned out of that game were 664,729. Not a small amount of credits to have earned. Let's get ourselves a maximum one, and then the Javelin. No, it is PvP, but it's the teams are divided. So of course, the ground attackers will generally be on one side, bombers will be on one side. You can have fighters on the other team, etc. So you can see here, ground attackers. There's 2, 4, 5 players, and 2, 4, 5, 4, and then I was the 5th. If there were more players in there, then you would have had more people. The reason that it's harder to win as ground attacker now was due to the changes made last week, in that it takes more points to capture those strongholds. So hopefully we shouldn't have those runaway ground attacker battles anymore, where especially at higher tiers, if you had 5 ground attackers on the enemy team, there was very little you could do. The Javelin. The Javelin is it's pretty sizable aircraft. In real life, probably one of the most useless aircraft. One of the best thrust-to-weight ratios of aircraft of its time. Delta wing design, but was incapable of going supersonic. Which, as you can imagine, wasn't ideal at things designed to be interceptors. But this aircraft should be pretty good at taking out bombers. Let's have a look at what we're against. Oh, it's brilliant, but poorly executed. I can't remember what reason it was that it wasn't able to go supersonic, actually. I know it was kept in service for a long time. Nope, 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 nope. And there's me missing all the shots. I'm not sure what it is that was behind me. Ah, that was the heavy. I knew it was 430s, but it was something that is able to keep tracking with me pretty well. Yeah, I can see those ground attackers making a run for the next sector, so let's try and maybe help deal with these a little bit. These 30s do take a little practice in their aiming. It's not the easiest thing to aim with. But once you get the hang of them, they are absolutely devastating. And then... Okay. How many bombers in that first flight? Oh, there's 6 left still. That's not good. I really don't want to have to fly to that bomber formation to intercept some, because by the time I get back to these bombers, it will be far too late. I need to focus on this flight of bombers. Oh, dodge all the bombers. I do like this game mode for being able to fly through the bomber formations like that. I don't know what it is, but it's very satisfying. Okay, that's something that's pretty mad at me right now. Ah, yep, key 162. It's a Squirrel jetpack aircraft. Okay, speed, very maneuverable. Enough firepower as you can, as you saw there, to be able to deal with me pretty well. I did forget my camo, unfortunately. I find it harder to take out the bombers in their new formations than previously, but that could be that I was pretty lazy before when it came to taking out bombers and just using rockets in flat lines. Now you're not able to get away with using that Tiny Tim trick that I used to use to take them out with little effort. Okay, I'm taking a huge risk right now by almost stalling into these things and then using my face to take out the rest. A stalling javelin is a dead javelin, basically. This was a terrible idea, but it seems to be paying off a little bit. So maybe it wasn't so bad. I just need to find some way of picking up some speed now. With a broken tail, that's easier said than done with something the size of this aircraft. I love the firepower of this plane so much. Absolutely, just decimation. Yes, there's been a few. That's not gone well. Okay. He's dealt with. He's dealt with. My plane's seen better days, but hopefully there should be enough of these AA guns still alive now to help deal with these bombers. Spray and pray! Yeah! Remember, there's another ground attacker down there somewhere. There it is. boosting away very quickly. I absolutely love the Javelin. I think it's a lot of fun. I know that it's pretty unpopular. Many people feel it's better ground attacker, which I think is just sacrilege. That it could do with bombs, etc. Personally, I feel if you put bombs or rockets on this, you would actually ruin this aircraft. I think that's the ground attacker that's pulling up to try and shoot at me. That's what I'm feeling right now. And I was correct. Okay, I'm low health. I'm turning in a heavy fighter, and I have no energy. I don't know why I kept turning there. Suicidal tendencies pretty much. Okay, there's that next ground attacker. Oh, too much! Too much! No! Yeah! Boost away! That was close, though. My pilot was probably the feet out the bottom of the cockpit there, running along to try and jump up and get some altitude again. I'm hoping for the health to regenerate a little bit. I'm going to need as much as I possibly can. I missed way too many shots there, unfortunately. I think he's still going to get taken out. Yeah, there he is. I think we popped on the fire just at the right time. So, first death. Not bad for first death, actually. Gonna need to boost and go straight for the bombers on that next one. Hiya, Scully. How are you doing? I personally think this is the best heavy by far. I know a lot of people swear by the XF90 and its speed or the HG3, but this turns better than a HG3 and an XF90. It's not fast as a XF90, but it'll do the job to bully it as long as you don't try and chase it and stall. Okay. Should be able to take out one or two, I think. There we go. Just in time. Okay. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Boost away. Ah, there's that ground attacker that's trying to bully me again. Dogfighting ground attackers. How to ruin a perfectly good plane. Oh, no, he's going to die. And there's that convergence rates on these guns that are absolutely terrible. They get you in trouble more often than not. Ah, awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Scully. I hope things continue to be all good news for you, man. It's been a while. I mean, I've seen you play Siege a couple of times. Well, I've been in the office, but I haven't seen you around very much, so it's awesome to hear that the surgery went so well. XF5U, the pancake is good, but the Javelin, there's just something glorious about the Javelin. I don't know if it's a little biased coming as a Brit, but I think the Javelin is glorious. I mean, just look at it. It looks sexy. Oh. Hello, bombers spawning in the middle of nowhere. Okay, you're back to where you should be. I'm glad to hear you've had some fun on planes. Okay, this is going to be challenging. I'm not going to be able to take out that heavy fighter. I'm going to waste my time doing it, and I need to focus on trying to take out these bombers. One of those where it's more important to help my team than help myself. Always pays, even if you know you're going to get taken out. Just do a little evasion. Just a little one. Buy yourself a little bit of time. Maybe. Maybe. No. That bomber's angry. Not bomber. Heavy fighter's angry. Trying to shoot him, but I can't move because my tail's broken. Okay, yeah, I can play the chain lightning after the P80. Gonna get to respawn on those bombers again. Yeah, the XF90 is nice. I just feel it's far too unwieldy, an aircraft for it to be really effective, which is why I think I love the Javelin so much. The XF90's got some nice firepower, but it can't do that. There are absolutely no prisoners with this thing once you learn how to aim with the guns properly. Whoop, pull up, and dodge. Nope, didn't dodge. Nice surprise waiting for me on the other side of the cloud there. Yeah, no, it's. I burned out on planes as well. Before I started working here, where the amount of time I put into playing the game was absolutely insane. So I do understand completely. There isn't so much a score line, but there is definitely a you have one more chance to get this done. I thought it was a score line, but oh, hello. There's something going wrong with my game. See if it's come back now, maybe? Nope. Okay, let's learn to aim properly. So I don't know if you can tell right now, possibly not. I have the misfortune right now of my crosshair not being where I'm aiming. As you can imagine, slightly distracting. I've fortunately had a lot of practice with no UI mode though. Okay, I've got a lot of things shooting at me right now, which is not great. I was hoping I'd be able to take him out. No, I took away your CC status, Scully, because you said that you didn't want it, but I can gladly put you back on there. It was only when you left the CC channel and everything that you know I took the thing away because I knew you were probably burned out. But as mentioned in the rules, you have 3 months. I think we're going to lose this at the last second because my aiming was all kinds of squiff. I think enough bombers are going to get through on this wave. Yep, there we go. So that was unfortunate loss.
You've done what you could. Go back to base.
But can't win them all. There will be some changes going forward made to the CC, the group, as the NA and EU community contributors will be brought under each other. No, I know how a long recovery looks, man. So don't worry about it. I'm just happy that it's gone well so far, and hopefully, you know, your things will greatly improve for you in the future. Okay, so there was my Javelin, and then one of the favorites, one of my favorites from pre 2.0 actually, that I felt was an outstanding and misunderstood plane is the LA-9, Tier 9 light fighter Russian aircraft. A very capable aircraft on its own, but with the ramjet in the tail, this thing allows you to focus building your aircraft on a particular characteristic and allow the plane's behavior to make up for the rest. Putting on all the camo for the reduced AA effect. As you saw, we need it. Maximum 1 or 2, as I mentioned, because of how this plane is equipped with a ramjet in the back, so we don't need to worry about too much of an engine guru, and we want to maximize the damage from these 423mm cannons. Yeah, the defending side there was, of course, the mistake of ramming into the bomber, not pulling out. I wasted so many hit points there when I could have done the job. But I don't know if you noticed, but my team stopped reacting to what's happening in the battle towards the sort of 3/4 way through that game mark. And I was left having to deal with bombers instead of the ground attackers, when this thing is better at dealing with ground attackers than it is bombers because of how quick it is. As soon as you did that, you saw the shift in the battle happen. No, Scully, you're more than welcome to just keep popping onto the Discord, man, and say hello, keep up to date and everything. Okay. Let's have a look. We've got a couple of players in non. I'm in a tier 9 game, which is not great. Let's see how this goes. Longer games, Buck. Longer games. Well, Scully, the old Discord had an unfortunate accident and was deleted by the previous owner. So the new Discord invite is on the World of Warplanes forums. You should be able to grab it from most people in this chat, in fact, to be able to join in the new Discord. Yeah, the old Discord was obliterated. So I've had to build it from the ground up, which is what I spent the entire of my last weekend doing. So it's back up to roughly where it needs to be, I believe. There's a couple more things I need to add on to where the old Discord was, but it's close enough, I feel. Okay, I can't take out an IL-40 on my own. Mind willing, plane not able. That's going to be a bomb trap, maybe? It felt like a bomb trap. Okay, that's that one, and that one. Okay, that was a nice defense then. Something shooting at us. That would be a pancake. Pancakes are evil. Oop. Oh, no. It was a dogfighting ground attacker. Okay. So this is an LA-11, but it has 423mm cannons instead of 3, and it has the ramjet in the back. So this is basically, you lose a little bit of maneuverability, I believe, for more speed and more firepower. But there's the ramjet in action. And what that does is allows you to actually frequently get close to stalling, and then just use your rocket booster to pick up all your speed and then carry on as normal. Yeah, no worries. Message me and then I can chuck you the invite and get you all sorted and everything. It's taking a lot of work to rebuild the Discord, of course, so... No. Somebody was asking Buck about the how this compares to the LA-11. You need to fix your reading glasses. Okay, let's... I really need to help that person with that plane, but if I do, we're actually going to suffer a little bit. Don't ram me, don't ram me, don't ram me, don't ram me. Okay. Teammates should be good now to finish up these bombers. Though you see the AA guns just going to absolute town on these bombers. Was this the guy that shot me a minute ago? I think it was. Fix the wings. Okay, I'm not sure what it is that's shooting at me, but it's not being nice. Thought it was a ground attacker, but based on that turning, it's definitely not. Oh, it is a ground attacker. Dogfighting ground attacker. Burn it! There we go. That'll teach you. Don't hit the bomb. Okay, I get the feeling this ground attacker's still dogfighting with me a little bit. Just a little bit. Managed to take out all the other threats, so that's okay. Yay! And time to move on. Very capable aircraft. It's pretty good at actually not just dogfighting one-on-one, but having a good brawl. Being in the middle of the enemy, and if you've got somebody, at least one other person to maybe distract the enemy or, you know, help clear things and finish things off you're shooting at, this thing is a very capable aircraft at just sticking into the fight for a long period of time. The guns have a nice amount of damage and cooldown rate on them that you're able to just keep on plugging away into the fight. Whoop. Whoop. Lots of teammates in the way. Let's have a look at what's left on the team. Using that ramjet to great effect to get up to the altitude we need to be at to help deal with this thing. Hopefully not get baited into a longer range engagement with his rear gunner. Okay, there's the rear gunner who is going to have a wonderful time with our face. But while he's boosting away to use his rear gunner, he's not bombing the this sector, so it's pretty good for us. I think he just bombed himself. No, he didn't. It's okay. A lot of work to do. The guns take a while to cool down and everything, but that's still a lot of rear gunner fire. That's a lot of rear gunner fire. Okay, at least the bomber died. That's okay. Yep, we definitely need to spawn there, deal with those bombers, and then move on. I actually feel we would have had a much harder time in this battle if their ground attackers were dogfighting way less. Especially the tier 9s. The tier 9s are so fast that they should be able to actually kite a lot of our team. and dictate a lot of this battle. Especially with most of our team preoccupied with these bombers. Yeah, it's a little bit surprising that they haven't focused more on the strength of their aircraft. Okay, this should... You see, like there, because all 4 of them are over that, destroying the AA guns, a lot of those bombers are going to make it through. And we now get to focus on taking these down. And yes, technically, the enemy ground attackers now would have a good time and would be better off dogfighting with them. But they've already waited so long into this battle to be able to have this sort of push and effect. Oh, that pilot is no bueno. Ah, okay, that makes sense. I was thinking that's a lot of damage from a rear gunner, and I didn't recognize the RB-17 there with his. Let's have a quick look on there. Okay, check, double twitch, check Twitch, because I know this Twitch has its moments. Okay, did all the bombers get stopped? Oh no, a couple made it through, but not enough to cause serious harm. Okay. Let's deal with this RB-17 for taking me out. That'll do nicely. Okay, let's keep going. Well, you're welcome to your opinions there, Deke, but if you mean in terms of the length of time before you get to see any action, I completely agree. Hi, Q. How are you doing today? How many respawns? So the enemy's got 3 respawns left. If we can actually take out 3 of the enemies with there, it's gonna pay off bigger dividends for us to wear out the enemy respawns before we move on to the next. What do you mean by balance, Sovereign? Balance in what regards? Because balance-wise, the game has always had the plus and minus 1 matchmaker. I can't see or know what particular issue you had. Hiya, Grant. How are you doing today? I know that line from somewhere, but I don't remember where it's from, sorry. Okay, something is trying to be sneaky. That's going to be a bomb trap. Let's not fall for that. Oh, that's a ground attacker that's trying to shoot me. Yep, there it is. I think my teammate just rocketed in himself. Okay, which one's which? This has the 3, that has the 7, so we're going to respawn here and try and support this flank a little bit. Hopefully, with the reduction on GAA, there will actually be enough AA guns to help deal with that. And my respawn reset. Awesome. Awesome. Oh dear. Due to that, we may end up having the next flank get through. That is not fun. I don't recognize that that phrase, name, or yes, unfortunately. So there's the unfortunate part. When we lost the middle sector for some reason, it moved my spawn from the top right to the left, and whoop. That was unfortunate. Sovereign, I've been playing for a long period of time, and for me, most of the battles were never decided in the first battle. You could always come back from it, and you could always win landslides by just playing smart, waiting out the end, waiting for the score line, and jumping on the enemy then. Okay, next one is a tornado. There we go. Maximum 1 and 2, repair and repair. Let's go on that one. I definitely wasn't rigged. That was unfortunate circumstances. And being bullied by a ground attacker. That wasn't great. I am curious how the MG tornado would be in this game mode. Having 8 MGs would probably do quite a significant amount of damage to those bombers. Let's have a look on that next one. And then the Yak 3, the Yak 3ID is a nice plane, but probably not the most ideal for this game mode. Okay, let's have a look.
Get ready for battle. Good luck.
Well, the thing with that one, XR, is that the demographics are very different across the groups. But generally speaking, planes, it had an older audience, but actually became younger with the release of 2.0.
You are approaching the front line. Off we go.
The Swift is awesomeness in its awesome glory. Everybody knows that about the Swift. I'm trying to think. We could go for those bombers, but we definitely want to be keeping an eye out for the those ground attackers that are maybe trying to sneak in through onto this sector. But there we go. I was about to say, but I haven't seen any yet, which worries me a little bit. Right, the guns cool down. Nope. Led way too much on those rockets then, unfortunately. Guns overheating because just haven't had time to stop firing yet. I do like how action-packed this game mode is, though. It's nice to generally not have a lot of downtime between moments in the battle. Granted, you know, you do have the long pauses if your team's doing an exceptional job, but not always. Is that a bomber up there? No, no. It's just a heavy fighter plane doing his role. Okay. Not sure what that one is. That's another ground attacker. Well, when I was playing planes originally, or a while ago, the player base was very much on the older. Oh, there's a mountain on the older end of the spectrum, but it definitely got younger with the release 2.0 because of the speed of games, etc. Nope, missed them. I was hoping to hit him at least one, but no joy. All those AA guns just doing immense amounts of damage again to those bomb flights. Yes, this is the bomber escort mode queue. Something is shooting at me that I don't want to be shooting at me. Oop, oop, oop. Okay. And there's the 109E having a good job. Surprised they didn't outturn him a little bit more. Granted, I was trying to focus on the ground attackers a little bit more than that. But he's used up so much of his energy as a light fighter. I think he's made a couple of poor choices there. It's not too bad, Q. I do think the 410 is probably going to be a decent choice at this sort of game mode. Quick, quick, quick. Let's fire that rocket off and get it reloading faster. Let's try... Oh, I was about to say, let's try and defend that sector again, but it's already lost so many hit points. Is that a bomber? Yeah, that is a bomber. Player bomber as well, trying to sneak away and slowly tickle down the sector. Oop, oop, oop. When in doubt, use your face. Let's have a look at the next sector of fighters. Let's try and deal with that guy first. Pure because he is shooting my my teammate who's trying to take down the bombers. And at least if we can distract him away from those bombers. That's the Spitfire again. I'm hoping that he's carried up too much speed and not able to pull out. No, that's unfortunate. You need to eat a lot of pastries to do an impression of me. Okay. 5 bombers left. Those should die quite extensively to the AA fire. We've managed to get through this so far without any getting through, which is pretty cool. That's pretty good. That was good going. Can't spend too much time on this one. I need to go for that next bomber flight, but if I leave him be, he's just going to pick off my teammates slowly but surely. There we go. Okay. He's moving way too much. I don't think I'm going to get a good rocket angle on this person. I'm hoping I don't need to turn around to try and deal with that bomber flight. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass. Ooh, I'm not sure what that is, but I just heard the tracer fire that comes with somebody aiming at you. I do find myself using the sniper view a little bit more in this game mode as well. Just need to try and keep this person turning a little bit longer and let the AA guns do their thing. Let the rockets reload again. Okay. Oh god, that's a lot of enemy fire to get through. All I'm gonna do now is focus on just delaying the enemy. I'm gonna die. I know I am when I walked into the 2 fighters and a multi-roll. That was always gonna be pretty difficult. But by slowing them down, it does mean my teammates are able to jump on that first bomber group. Okay. First bomber group should succumb to a lot of fire. Second bomber group is going to go through 2 sectors of AA guns, and I think that first sector is probably going to go down actually. Use the awesome boost on the tornado to get to the next sector. Well, they say next sector to try and take care of these bombers. How's everybody's bomber escort mode going this week so far? Better than the first run? How's the how are the balance changes affecting you in your playstyle? Boost to the next one. Okay, so after the tornado, the request was for a P-80. It's going to be an aircraft that's going to be quite difficult to have a really good impact in this battle with. MGs kind of feel like they would suffer a little bit from a lack of damage. At least I tried to disengage from that fight, but the Hurricane 2 had no interest, which was slightly interesting. It should mean my teammates are able to jump on that Spitfire now and then probably make a big dent in that bomber group again. Just in case, let's deal with some of these, hopefully these ground attackers before they capture this, hopefully. think that was just in enough time. I'm hoping this one's going to keep flying fairly close to the ground. No. He knows I'm probably going to rocket him if he kept up like that. I'm really lucky he wasn't going to drop a bomb then, because that was a bomb trap in the making. Not quite enough. I think he's on fire. Yeah, he is on fire. So let's move on from that one. Is that Spitfire again? I think that's that Spitfire again. Yes, it was. Okay, so I believe that's a GG. Victory. Although the game isn't ending again. The last time I did this, we ended up losing, and that was heartbreaking. There we go. So there was a tornado, and then next one is P80. So we'll see how this one does. I think it's going to be pretty interesting with the P80 just because it's fast, it's maneuverable, but MGs, I feel like I'd end up having to take that role that I did in the Saber game. But if I end up in a tier 9 battle, it's going to be pretty difficult. Just waiting for it to load. Not bad credits actually on a tier 6 game on that one. And the P80 is all the other way end the end of my hangar. Hopefully everybody does a good job at picking up the community goal. Everybody likes double crates. Oh, too far. And then P80, we've got that, and that. Actually, what we will do is change. No, we'll keep that as it is. We'll definitely move that one round. Oh, I remember why, because I didn't have enough points to put it into one of those. We'll keep that as is and play on that one. There will be millions of crates for everybody. Okay, P80. So P80 is this one, and then I have 2 more requests, which is the Chain Lightning, the XB58, and then the Yak 3RD, which is another plane, which I think with 1 cannon on it is probably going to be quite difficult to have a good impact on the battle with. Build that one. Got that one. Just gonna double check Facebook chat again while we're there. Just gonna double check something on Discord because I got pinged earlier. Okay, so somebody's asking for me to set the roles when it's done automatically.
You are entering the zone controlled by the enemy.
Let's have a look. We're on defense as well. If we're on attacking, maybe it stood a chance. It is a tier 8 game, so when we shouldn't be punished too much. TA 152 is going to be a problem.
You are approaching the front line.
I'm trying to remember, but I think somebody's mentioned 19 crates is the most that I think somebody's earned, but it should be 2, 10, 20, I think. 20 should be the maximum crates you could earn. 5 classes, 2 crates per class, and then you can double it. Unless you mean overall. In which case, I don't know, but I could ask for those those numbers by all means. Okay, that's a TA 152. We can't afford to let those 30s hit us. Oh, that was a glancing hit, so that's okay. Being picked. I can maybe take a TA 152 or a pancake. I can't take both, unfortunately. I am worried based on that engagement that most of my team have gone for the bombers, which is right, but they're not focusing on the bombers. There very much seems to be a division in what the team are doing right now. Okay. Take 2. Hiya, Curry. How are you doing? Okay. Let's take out that guy first. Purely because he's going to do the most damage to my teammates. Once again, being picked up by an enemy. The enemy team are doing a really good job at sticking together and supporting each other, and we don't appear to have that a whole lot right yet, just right now. I don't believe I've set up this plane for increased fire chance just yet, so that's slightly problematic. There's that tier 152 hit. I believe he said something. Yes, he did. The ramming is mostly down to people sort of not being, a lot of new people not used to the way to evade, etc. You can capture sectors if you're on attacking, you can't capture sectors if you're defending. And as I kind of guessed, I don't think we're going to be able to take down 9 bombers right now like this. So this would be a very quick defeat. As I mentioned, this was... I kind of saw this coming with the way our team so heavily split up and no support between each other. You cannot do that in this game mode at all. You will be punished severely for it. So just a matter of time before that kicks in, and then there's the defeat, which is unfortunate. There's very little you can do if you have the Spitfire, the TA-152, and a Pancake kind of bullying you a little bit. Spitfire, maybe. TA-152, maybe. Both at the same time, you're going to have a bad game.
You've done what you could. Go back to base.
As far as I know, there are no planned discounts for Black Friday. So I may have had a terrible game, but it was it was still the best game on my team, which isn't great. I was bullied 3 times and still came top. Hello, Savonan. How are you doing? No worries, me. How it happens. You know, you get those games, unfortunately, which means that the person who requested the P80 had a very poor request, I'm sorry to say. Rarest premium in the game. Are we talking premium you can buy or premiums like entirety? Huzzah! Home time. I remember that news, man. You can go home. Yes! Good luck and safe journeys on the way back. Because, yeah. And then the next request was this one. The XP58 Chain Lightning. We're definitely going to want to make sure we got that right. We have that right. We definitely want reduced AA fire damage. Let's get to the battle. Um, 232. Scully's talking about the 302. Sorry. In the entire game, the ME210, as Book mentioned, is by far the rarest premium in the entire game because it's an alpha test only reward. The next, I would probably say, is the... I can't remember if it's the I-5 Eshkaz or the I-21. Those were pre-order aircraft. I do know that one of the aircraft, it's a really low tier one. I think it was the I-21 that I have. The last I remember looking in August or September, there were only 10 on the EU server, so...
Pilots, get ready for action. Let's go.
Yes, that was a very short game, Mihai. How are you doing today? If you've got a plane request, feel free to chuck it into chat. I always forget how big this plane is until you try and look around it. Oh, we're on attacking. Oh. That's not so good for this plane. If it came to destroying bombers, maybe, but protecting them? No, not so much. Only because it's so unwieldy. It's straight lines, don't get me wrong, it's great in straight lines. But that pancake is going to abuse us. I think that pancake's still behind us. Yes, he was. That pancake player will abuse this plane all day long. Defending's not too bad. As an attacker, I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, but in this thing, when you've got players in pancakes, not so much. Pancakes will bully this thing so much. Okay. Hopefully we can pick him up as he starts stalling out a little bit. Fix the engine and go. Getting bullied a little bit again. Yeah, revenge on the pancake. Going too fast. Okay. Say goodbye, crew world. I don't get me wrong. I carved a decent path in the enemy team there, but I don't think it was enough. Although this bomber flight does stand a good chance of getting to the target, so that's not too bad. Okay, there's that pancake coming back. How dare it! Try and pick off the enemies from the back, and then work my way forward to the group. Run away! Run away! Okay, no. The enemies are focusing so much on the bombers, they're probably going to let me get these hits in now. Okay, so that's 4 bombers. 4 bombers is not too bad. That's actually quite a nice wave to let through. And then I miss all the hits. All of them. Gonna try and help my teammate out down there against this BVP. And hopefully not spend too much time in the enemy spawn. Making mistakes. Silly, stupid, silly mistakes. Turn fighting in this thing is no bueno. Come on, we can get there. Just a bit closer. There we go. Oh, what? Yeah, there we go. Protecting the bombers. One spray and pray at a time. Brave. Very brave choice. Foolish, but brave. Right back into the enemy spawn again. Yes! Hi, Lylan. How are you doing? I don't think there's been any change that I'm aware of to any RNG roles or anything. Bonjour, Juju. Or Jules Jeppe. How are you doing? Yeah, no, I do know that one book. That can be pretty frustrating. Okay, we need to let 7 bombers through. This is probably going to be our Hail Mary saving grace. We're kind of letting a couple get through, maybe north and south. Just going to leave boosting and scroll down to the bottom of Facebook chat because it's broken again. Thank you, Mihai. I like to think so. See, if you watch me play with mouse and keyboard, you would laugh because I suck at it. I am terrible at mouse and keyboard on this game. Quick, gotta save more bombers. I'm not gonna get there in time. I mean, I'm trying, but there is no way. Ramming? Maybe? Nope. Was that enough? Was that enough? One bomber. No! I'm on the edge of the map and being abused. Real players do, in fact, use a joystick. Everybody knows this. I know a few people who try the joystick and just don't get along with it at all. I kind of got used to the joystick to the extent where I can't play mouse and keyboard anymore. Yes, I know a lot of people who have issues with the joystick in this game. So, okay, so I mean, we didn't do too badly in this battle with that. And then the last request was a Yak 3RD. Now, I'm going to stick to my guns on this one in that it's going to be terrible. I think an MG plane would actually do better. It'd be interesting to see how many credits I earned out of that game. You're welcome, Throthy. It was my pleasure. Yes, Autobot that comes with Twitch is pretty drastic on swear words. It's a PG, family-friendly screen. Not as many as I earned earlier, but still pretty good. Okay, and then sorry, Yak 3ID, which is the other way. Okay. This... I don't see this going well at all. But we're going to give it a go. Yeah, it's the Autobot that comes with Twitch, so swear words, certain phrases, letters put together, it will pick up and just auto-moderate, unfortunately. Yes, I know IL-2 is definitely more simulator-based, so that's understandable, and this is a more fast-paced arcadey game. In particular, so once you get used to it, especially if you have an arcade game friendly joystick like this one, it's not too bad. If you've got a hot ass setup, I know a couple people who can use it, but I think especially with the throttle, it can be a little bit unwieldy and clunky to kind of react quick enough to an arcade game.
Attention, you are entering the combat zone. Get ready for battle. Good luck.
Let's have a look. And we're on attack as well. Okay. Okay. Tier 8 game on attack, and we have a mighty single 123mm cannon. Yes, so on the 17th of this month, there was a balance done on how many capture points you need to capture strongholds. The amount of AA in the strongholds, I believe, was also changed, and a couple of other bits and bobs. I'm trying not to, Scully. Safe journey home, man, and look after yourself. And I know the first thing I did when I get home from hospital, takeaway. Biggest takeaway I can find. Okay, cool. I don't like in this plane in particular, I don't like not being able to see the enemy. It worries me a lot. Okay, there we go. there's a quick fire to begin with. Make sure we don't stay on one single target for too long, because that is going to definitely make us suffer heavily in this plane. Focus on helping teammates. Yeah, we got a kill. Woo! Next one. Nope, 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 nope. I saw BF and thought, we can have that. And then it turned out it was actually a 109Z heavy fighter. Something trying to shoot us. Oh, we definitely don't want to let that shoot us. Oh, yeah. Come on, a bit closer. Try and pick up that Hornet. No, Van. From my experience, it's actually pretty balanced now. If not, I would actually say the advantage has moved onto the defending side a little bit. Oh, that was big rounds. But I don't know if that's just been my experience right now with people trying to mostly focus on ground attacker missions and them suffering for it. I thought it was the 109Z that was hitting us, but yeah, that the Yak 9U will definitely take off those chunks of hit points that we saw. Yes, good luck feeding the cats, Q. The felines. Are we going to get 11 bombers through? I doubt it, not with those AA guns still up there. And I thought there was an enemy just here, but clearly I'm wrong. Try and boost and help my teammate. Tickle, 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 tickle. Okay, 2 bombers through, 5 bombers through, not too bad. We don't want to be going in to try and pick too many more fights until the next wave respawns. Hopefully we can pick up something on the outskirts of the battle. We are definitely out of our comfort zone at this altitude in this thing. We don't want to be going over the AA. Most of the enemy tends to be sticking low. Right, we've got 5 through. That's not a bad start considering the first wave. I can see somebody's really happy with his gameplay so far. Yeah. And roly-poly. Close to stalling to dip down. Use the boost to pick up the speed again. I do like the range on this 23mm, but still, just a single 23mm is pretty dire. And then maybe we'll be able to keep up with the 109Z that gave us a slight love tap. Wait for that view. Wait for the view. Yeah, Dragon is over AA, so let's just disengage. He's not bothering with the objective, so we can leave him to it. Try and bleed off a lot of speed so we can get behind this enemy, clear the teammate's tail, and then re-engage on something else. And has anybody got any requests for any more aircraft? Yeah. Not sure where that one is. Oh, okay. I was confused. I couldn't see the enemy that I'd locked onto then, so that was interesting. Nope. Still nope. Five bombers to get through. We should be okay for a little while longer still. It's not rude at all for you to request the F7F at all. I've gone through quite a lot of requests tonight, which is pretty good. We're going for 2.5 hours so far. Another 38 minutes to go. What's that one that's coming in? Okay, so F7F and then the attacker. Absolutely. Laden. 2.5 hours on the end of a working day is pretty professional. Book. I'll take it. Okay. Yeah, it is unfortunate that this is happening, Hawkan, and the only thing I can suggest is keep on commenting, keep on giving that feedback. I have reported it in the top 5 issues recently. In fact, I think it was last week I reported it, and I reported it again this week. I know we made some steps already towards quitters, but we will see what actually happens. I try my best to explain it for people who don't know the battle or what they expect to see, etc. So we'll see. Ooh. Are you talking about a plane I struggle to master the most since 2.0 or ever? The thing with the attacker is actually I love the attacker. The Swift becomes a very, very different aircraft. You basically become a heavy fighter hunter. The guns become 230s, which are very difficult to use reliably and efficiently. But once you learn how to use them, it's absolutely fantastic. So, do you want me to play the attacker, or would you prefer I play the Swift? Because the Swift is a very different aircraft to everything that came before it. Okay, F7F, and then attacker / Swift. Ever. I mean, there have been some really... what you won't know is the F2G originally was an absolutely terrible aircraft. The F2G used to be... Honestly, it was buffed twice and was still one of the most hated aircraft in the game that people only played to get to the Starfire, and then still didn't play it because the F6U Pirate was a terrible aircraft as well. It was very difficult to have a good game in it. I don't like the HG3. It used to be very good, but I don't like it. What else? Oh, the I210. Oh, I210 brings back some bad memories. XB72 and the Tier 9 and Tier 10 Thunderjet before 2.0, they were really bad. I hated those with a passion. Same with the FJ1. In fact, most of the higher tier Americans, I actually really didn't like before 2.0. The I210 though, I think is one that has maintained its its anemic feel, with only two MGs on there. Sorry, two cannons on there. Lots of maneuverability, but poor speed, poor altitude performance. There are so many better planes at the tier that you really do get bullied quite a lot. What else did I struggle with? I think I struggled with the 1050, the 1056, the Tier 8 and British heavy fighter originally, because in those days, it was a lot harder to grind your way through up the engines, and the game was all about altitude and speed. So a lot of the British planes were absolutely terrible to grind when they were stock. It was awful.
You are approaching the front line. Off we go.
Yeah, exactly. The I210 is the block to get to the I220. It's the penance. I'm trying to think of all the really bad... Oh, the TA-183. I remember that one. It was really good at, again, altitude and everything, but there was nothing it could do better than everything else. Bartek. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this aircraft, but it's requested a few times by certain viewers who seem to love it. I know it's a popular aircraft on the NA server, and some people swear by it. I personally feel that the Hornet is a much better aircraft. But I know a lot of people who do swear by this. Oh look, speak of the devil, there's I-210. Just getting bullied a little bit. It'll be fine. And there's the Mosquito bullying me. So, Tier 6, full of ordnance, just casually beating me up. Yeah, they've there's been some interesting aircraft in my grinding days. The TA-183 is one definitely stuck in my mind. The Tier 9 and the Tier 10 key. The Tier 9 key in particular, I really did not enjoy. I know something's behind me. I can't see what it is, but I know it's there. So, it was the 4. Yeah, the 410 would make sense. We did manage to drag him down quite a lot. He's lost a lot of his energy, so that shouldn't work out too badly. I have played the Vampire Today Too Cold. And ZRMD, they did balance this. It was balanced on the 17th. We'll see if... I am hoping that there will be more feedback on the game mode on the forums, etc. Let us know if the balancing is right, wrong, whether it still needs tweaking, things like that. I'm going to be upset if these bombers, all of these bombers, make it through. That's too many bombers making it through. That's no good. That is terrible. That was absolute. Oh wow. Wow. Okay. That definitely is going to put us a huge disadvantage for the rest of this game now. Let's keep some altitude on there. Don't get me wrong, the firepower is nice, but I don't think it's nicer than Hornet, or it's nicer than the 109Z. I don't know. I think this is the weaker of all three heavies at the tier. Okay, something's climbing up to try and bully us. I'm not sure what it is. Ah, it's a yak. Hi, yak. How are you doing? I bring greetings, love, hugs, and joy. Except you hide in the cloud and I can't aim. That was awful. Hopefully, yeah, it was enough damage for the AA to finish the job. Try and help some more of these ground attackers to get picked off. Oh, that's too much of a dive. That was nearly. I was thinking, oh, I've got loads of time. And it's like, no, the hill goes up. The ground elevates after you try and pull up out of that. Don't be silly. Let's try and make a dent on at least one of these bomber flights. Yeah, I can play the Japanese multi. I would prefer if you chose one, because there's a lot to go through. What is that that's coming to say hello? I'm making a huge risk here by giving that top-down view just then. If only one bomber gets through, I can live with that. That shouldn't actually be too bad. Okay, Dimmy, have fun. Say hi to Panda for me, please. Tier 8 it is. I should have enough time for that. Because it will be the attacker and then that one. And then I think that will be the last. That will be my time limit. That 410 really is coming straight for me. That's an interesting choice by the 410. Just dragging the 410 down so as at least it takes some AA damage, maybe. wasn't enough. Maybe get the fire on that ground attacker to pick him up. 6. Come on, guys. Shoot the bombers. Shoot the bombers. The bombers. Only one left. Just kill one more. We'll be good. The AA guns are going to town, fortunately. There we go. So it paid off, yeah, killing the ground attackers, stopping those AA guns getting destroyed. I'm happy now. Not sure what it is that's... Ah, okay. Do I need to do a lot of climbing? There's that 410 again. Yeah. I'll have you, Q. Show you what it feels like, you bully. Okay, let's deal with that one first. I didn't realize it was Q in the 410 that was bullying me so much. I really thought he'd have been finished by the AA. Yeah, it's his secret identity. Don't you dare. Oh. No, they're not kicking me off. It's because I have worked my hours today, and then I will have been streaming 3 hours. Yes, Q secret ID has been revealed. Secrets exposed. Okay. The enemy is losing a lot of respawns right now. That is surprising me a little bit. The only reason I'm going for this first is because I know for a fact the fighters are mostly focusing on the bombers and not on the enemy fighters. So it's kind of leaving us heavy fighters to fend for ourselves, and it's not going well. Okay. Just need to get a little bit faster. AA guns are doing a good job now. Still way too many bombers are making it through this. Two left. Wait, okay, we can let 2 through. On the other hand, I do need to make a start of that other bomber flight because we can't let that many through. Hopefully the AA guns on the stronghold will do a lot of damage to this wave still. And because we managed to knock down the enemy spawn so much, they won't be able to respawn as heavily. Oh, risking stalling. But I don't have enough time to turn around. Okay, we're safe. We're good. That AA really did do a really good job at taking out that enemy flight of bombers. Okay, so then is the attacker. I'm hoping I'm going to have time to fly that Japanese multi-role, but I think we might run out a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. I might recognize that name, Q. I'm not sure who he is. I think if I've seen him play in F7F occasionally. He gets blown up by the 30 mils on the 410 really easily. I heard it's by a guy who like giggles as he's going, "Whoa, I killed Iki," and then, okay, attacker. I love the attacker. It is a nice aircraft. For me, it has that Harrier look there. I don't know why I like it so much, but I really do. I know for many people they don't enjoy the non-swept back wings, but for me it's a very nice nice looking aircraft. Oh, sorry about that, Bartek. The Facebook auto mod did that. Yeah, if in doubt, ram the bots. The guns do overheat pretty quickly if you're not used to trigger discipline. Basically, what you're looking for is to actually heat your guns up to roughly 95, 98%, and then stop firing. Because if you overheat your guns to the 100%, they will actually have a second or so delay before they start to cool down.
Approaching the front line. Off we go.
I'm pretty certain I had camo on this when I was in the hangar, but this doesn't look like it's got camo on it. I guess we'll soon find out. Yeah, let's ignore that. Let's ignore that. Definitely not ignoring those, though. That's a good job. There's another attacker. Try and tickle him a little bit to get that top-down view. I don't know whether he's going to go for it or not. Nope. Right. Should be free now to have a good run at these bombers. He says, and then realizes there's actually a lot of people on the radar suddenly. I felt the rockets coming from somewhere. Okay. I was going to be upset then if that didn't get destroyed. Let's have a look. I love the Swift. I think it's very misunderstood and underappreciated. It's a lot of people underestimate it and then find out far too late that they've made a fatal mistake. Okay, we're not going to be able to take that out or that out, but we can have a big dent on that one. I can see something eyeing up a teammate below me, so we need to switch targets quickly. Hopefully that teammate will stop running away so I can help him. I really don't want to have to turn around for this saber that's behind me, but I'm not going to have a choice. I think it was a bot in the heavy, and so didn't think to turn around, of course, but that heavy needed to stop running as wide a circle as it did for me to stand a chance of helping. I love the TA-152, but I don't think I'm going to have enough time left, because if I do manage to finish this game in enough time, after this one, the request was for a Japanese multi-role. So I won't be able to do one in TA-152, sorry. But if you tune in next week, you can request it then by all means. I will be doing a Halloween stream as long as everything goes to plan. To make a good attack run on these bombers and then maybe worry about the next flight. Definitely deal with this because those things are evil. I hate J7Ws. In the right hands, these things are vicious. Need to learn to aim. Yeah, they take no prisoners. I will never forget when I once played in a battle with one of my friends from my clan, and it was shortly after the cannon changes that they made, and my flight mate said, "Oh, there's a J7," and then in that time he went from full health to no health with the J7W2 behind him, and just literally evaporated him. Oh. I can see something coming in. I'm not sure what it was. Okay, so something with decent turning. He's far enough away, I don't need to worry about him just yet. Now he's in range. Okay, let's not get pulled into overshooting. Boosting round. Those are the rear gunners I think are tickling me a little bit. Can't hear the tick 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 of the enemy I'm shooting. Oh, okay. That's because it's dead. That would make sense. Unfortunately, we let too many bombers through on that other flank. Diving speed. Oh, he's got a lot of health left. Rear gunners of doom. I think there's a fighter up here somewhere. Yeah, I thought as much. I saw it moving on the circle way too much then. Boost and try and intercept this thing before it takes out too many AA guns in the next sector. But not be silly and let him just keep shooting us with his rear gunner. Could do with a repairer right about now. Dogfighting ground attackers. Oh, you've no idea how much I despise dogfighting ground attackers. Those people who are familiar with streaming know how much it's a pet peeve of mine. I'm hoping I took enough hit points that my teammates will be able to deal with them a little bit more effectively. Okay, let's try and take out this first wave. I don't know if there's enough AA guns left on that first sector to put a big dent in them or not. Okay, they are losing quite a lot to those AA guns, so hopefully the remainder of these aircraft are pretty soft and squidgy. Once again, the fighters are not covering each other when it comes to these taking out these bombers. It's a little disappointing to see that much selfish play, but it is understandable. It's true. Dogfighting ground attackers do make baby angels cry. Okay. There's only one enemy left. Come on, guys. Go for each other. And then we can let only 3 of the bombers left go through. I think when you have literally nothing else to do, dogfighting ground attacker is fine. But for people who take it up as a primary task of their aircraft, I think it's a huge waste of your aircraft. That every second you spend shooting at an aircraft, there is a AA gun or more shooting at a teammate having a field day. And that poor teammate is trying to do their job and help you taking out air targets, and he's getting punished for it instead. It's just something that I've never agreed with. Using my face to take out the bomber. Yeah, the 265 is a very pretty aircraft. Okay, 3 more guys, 3 more team. Oh, this is very much last-ditch efforts, Angel. It is bigger than me, but, you know, I have more willpower. Come on, guys, just two. Just take out 2 bombers. Just one. Yeah, there we go. Victory.
Victory is ours. We're waiting for your return.
Always the key to ramming things and not dying is shouting ramming speed first. Okay, so I do have a small amount of time to play the tier 8 Japanese multi-role. So that's the J7W1. Lots of firepower, lots of turning, strong boost, very fragile. Doesn't do well at altitude. Okay, where is it? Where is it? There we go. This is going to go one of 2 ways. It'll either be amazing, or I'm going to suffer a horrible landslide defeat like earlier. So now people have probably had a little bit more time to chuck in their feedback or have a time at the game. Apart from what I can see, some people are experiencing people quitting in games, unfortunately. But how are people on EU so far finding the balance of the game? Is it better than it was? Is it okay, or... Okay, so as a defender, we do have a chance of this being a much quicker game. Oh, it's a very funny looking aircraft, but this thing was designed as a high altitude, high speed interceptor, and it did the job really well. So do we think we'll win my last game of the evening so far? Or do we think it will be a catastrophic loss? Yeah, this thing, on its design principle, with those 430s, I imagine would have been devastating to anything that it tried to intercept. Fortunately, my gun's overheated, and I thought I'd be able to get at least 1 hit off, but no luck. So much rear gunner fire. This is scary. That's moving away. That's moving away. Something is determined to stay behind us. Oh, this is bad. I knew he would crash into the floor, but when my engine was dead after hitting the air brake so hard, I know that was going to go bad. Hi, Reggie. How are you doing? Okay, we'll leave those bombers. There's only 1 left to go through. Yeah, that wasn't great. I believe it's on the also on the lines of challenge accepted. Oh, nope. There's the rocket. I thought the bot had fired all of the rockets sooner. I didn't realize it had left at least another salvo. Oops. At least my teammates are now reacting to it. It is a little late for that, but at least they are now doing it. Clicking it more will make it respawn faster, right? Don't you dare rocket me again. What is that? Again, he's trying to shoot me. Okay, that wasn't a bad defense recovery there. Trying to judge that drop on the rounds. Waiting for him to pull up, and he's not. There we go. Four hit points, really? 4? Yes, the firepower in this is it's great. It's very fragile. But 430s, they are not to be underestimated in the least. Any person that thinks, oh, it's only J7, I can do a head-on with it. No. Even heavies will lose on head-ons with this purely because of the amount of firepower. Okay, there we go. There's that top-down turn. The downside is, of course, that the round velocity is so low, it's actually pretty hard to hit things at max range with the guns. I mean, the Starfire has the advantage of the rockets, but even a Starfire will struggle. The J7W2 will actually out-damage a Starfire in a head-on. But this is what it's exceptional at. It does an absolutely great job at bullying ground attackers. You suffer with the AA fire, don't get me wrong, but as you see, there's not a lot of things with enough hit points to stand enough of a chance. I am worried that that bomber group is gonna not have a lot of interception, but I need to stay on this sector and focus on defending these AA guns. Wait for the reload. Come on, guns, cool down. I thought that was going to be a bomb drop then. And there's that head on. Oh no, that's a bomb. And okay, we're okay. No pilot is a bit of a problem, but we can probably overcome that. Oh, nope, he's angry. Give me my pilot back. Just in time. I got my pilot back very much just in time then. Oh, nope. Something with decent speed and turning. Okay. Alright, quite a few of those bombers are getting through those AA fire. I mean, I know that they've got another sector to get through, but still. Don't think I got him. Don't think I got him. Yeah, the Starfire has a lot of burst, but you got to bear in mind that this thing only needs, well, as you saw with the FRU, it only needs 2 to 3 bursts, and it will evaporate most things in a head-on. We didn't do too bad considering the work we put in before the first death there. We're struggling to hit the bombs on the ground attacker, which would have saved us a lot of time there. Let's try and keep an eye out for more. Let's definitely take out those ground attackers. I don't know if we're going to get there in time, but we need to try. And then... okay, that one first. Go, go, go! I think I just hit the teammate in the way. Da, 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 da. Oh dear, I'm in the enemy spawn, and there's a lot of things not happy with me. Okay, let's ignore that and go for the target we know we can take out, and we need to take out. Again, with that overheating problem. Really struggling with this high L20, which is odd. Oh no, that's a bomb. Do you think the AA guns are going to take out those bombers? I think they will. It looks like they should. Oh dear. Nope, nope, nope. That was a 30mm round from what I assume is the hub cannon on the 209. What is it? Okay. And then 2 more coming in. Okay. Oh, no. 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 Nope, nope, nope. I think that's that 209 again. Yes, yes it was. I thought it was. It's going to cost them way too much for that. Hi, Action Bronson. Sorry, as you saw, I was a little bit busy there.
Great job today. We'll be waiting for you back home.
That's quite a lot of points. That's a fair few points there. I probably would have got a little bit more if I hadn't died to the 209 at the end, but I wanted to make sure we didn't lose so miraculously. So yeah. Well, unfortunately, Angel, I'm about to stop streaming now. I'm definitely in need of going home. We're just gonna have a quick look at the end of the battle because I think that might be my record personal points in a game, but I'm not sure. I just want to double check. Oh, it's a record number of destroyed aircraft as well. Okay. So, it's not bad going. That's not bad at all. Considering not one of those was a bomber or an AI aircraft, that's pretty good. I'll take that. That was a good game. So, I'll say thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We need your feedback on this bomber escort mode and the changes. If you think it still needs some tweaking, please put it in Discord, put it in the forums. Let us know if it's right, it's wrong, what still needs tweaking. Keep us updated, keep us going. Feel free to follow the channel, follow Facebook, keep up to date with what's going on the website, joining forums, join our new Discord. You will be able to find the link in the World of Warplanes forums on there. Thank you for joining in chat. Thank you for the requests. Thank you for all the games. And I wish you all a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. And I will catch you in the skies. Good night.